Canada's next big economic story might not start in Ottawa. It might start in Washington, because the next U.S. president could reshape Canada's economy, trade, and even its global position. Right now, two names are dominating the conservative conversation: JD Vance and Marco Rubio. In a recent conservative poll, Vance is at about 53%, Rubio around 35%. That gap matters. But what matters more is what each of them represents. This isn't just about who leads America. It's about the direction the U.S. takes, and how that hits Canada. Let's start with Marco Rubio. Rubio is seen as a more traditional foreign policy leader. Think alliances, steady diplomacy, predictable trade policy. For Canada, that means certainty. Trade agreements are less likely to be shaken. Cross-border cooperation stays smooth, and businesses can plan long-term without worrying about sudden policy whiplash. In defense, energy, immigration, stability matters. Rubio signals that steady approach. Now compare that to JD Vance. Vance represents a shift, more nationalist, industries first, and more willing to challenge global partnerships. He's criticized long-standing alliances and questioned some international commitments. To supporters, that's strength, protecting jobs, rebuilding American manufacturing, cutting dependence on other countries. But to critics, it introduces uncertainty, because policies could change quickly, trade agreements could be renegotiated, and relationships with close partners, including Canada, could face pressure. Here's why Canada should care deeply. Canada is one of the most trade-dependent countries in the world, and the United States is by far its largest partner. Over 70% of Canadian exports go directly to the U.S. Oil, cars, lumber, agriculture, manufacturing. So if the U.S. changes direction, Canada feels it almost immediately. If tariffs increase, Canadian businesses could suffer. If trade policies tighten, jobs could be affected. If border policies change, movement of goods and people could slow down. Even in defense and global strategy, Canada often works closely with the U.S. So leadership in Washington doesn't just stay in Washington, it crosses the border. Big picture, a Rubio presidency could mean stability, predictability, and continued cooperation.